Casey with Russo Resells. Today is Monday, October 6th. It's about noon. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a visor, it's because I just went out on a walk with my dad at our local Yorba Regional Park. I'm going to post a couple pictures here. We saw a lot of geese, a lot of ducks, and it's just really beautiful. They have hundreds of trees and multiple little ponds, and it's a great walk, especially now that the weather is so awesome. It's in, I want to say, the 70s here in Southern California, and we are definitely taking advantage of it. So we left off on Saturday, October 4th, and I did have a couple more sales that day, and I had quite a few yesterday, and I want to say one or two this morning. So I do want to jump through those. For the rest of the sales that I had on Saturday, I had already packaged those up and shipped them off. I actually have my notes right here to go through them with you, and I'm going to post a screenshot of them right here. So go ahead and grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and we're going to get into this what sold. I do have my drink of choice, which is this leisure hydration. My husband is addicted to these, and they have electrolytes. They're non-carbonated, so excuse me. I really, really love them too. So I'm going to go ahead and sip on that while we go through these also. So let's go ahead and dive in. So all of the items that you're going to see here sold on Saturday, October 3rd. And the first item is this Disney 100-year joggers. And I had gotten 3 or 4 of these at a Salvation Army half off sale. So I got them for about $4 each. And I had these are the second pair to sell. I had these listed on Mercari for $31.99 plus free shipping. And before you hate in the comments, I did accept an $18 offer, but I am in the business of selling, not storing, and I just wanted to get them out. They were a double XL, so really good size, and I just felt generous that day. So it cost me $7.67 to ship through Pirate Ship. That's what I use for Mercari. My fees to Mercari were $1.80, and I was left with a profit of $8.53. So did I make a lot? No, but I doubled my money, and I am happy to do so and happy to give a buyer a great price. So this next sale is this Bartolini. It's like a button-up cardigan. It was either 100% wool or wool blend. It was just very capsule, very academia. And I did get this also at a half off Salvation Army sale for only $4. So well worth that money. I had it listed on eBay for $31.99 plus $7 shipping, and I sent out a offer to watchers for 22% off, which a buyer did accept. That was $26.34 plus $7 shipping. It cost me $7.10 to ship this item. My fees to eBay were $4.93, which left me with a profit of $21.31. If I get a profit of anywhere from $15 to over $20, I am very happy because my cost of goods right now for 2025, I'm actually going to be redoing that because I just went to the bins, but it's going to be well under $6. So if I have a double or triple then I am very happy to do so. Now, this next sale is another item that I went through my old inventory, and I've been redoing stock photos. I've been adding more keywords, maybe dropping the price. That's exactly what I did with this item. I originally had it listed for $25. I redid the stock photo, as you can see, and I dropped the price from $25 to $19.99 plus $7 ship on eBay. And I think a buyer sent me the offer, or I sent a 22% off offer for $15.59 plus $7 shipping, which the buyer paid. Cost me $7.10 to ship this item. My fees to eBay were $3.39, and my profit was $12.10. And for all of you that are new here, I usually have $1 or $2 into each kid's item, so turning $1 into $12 is fantastic. And this sold within 2 days of me rebooting it and relisting it. So definitely look at your stale old inventory and, revamp them. Just give them a little bit more life, maybe drop the price a little bit, and they seem to fly. Now, I have mentioned before that I do have a Curtsy account, and I don't really highlight it because it's one of those set and forget types of platform. I basically post on Poshmark and it automatically uploads it to Curtsy. That's just how they have their software set up. And I'm very happy that it does because I do get 1 or 2 sales a month through Curtsy. So this is one of those, and I got a text message alerting me on Saturday that I got a sale through Curtsy, which I was very pleased and excited about. And it was a full price sale, so even better. I had this item listed for $32 plus free shipping, or not free shipping, just plus their shipping. I did have to pay a little extra for shipping because it was over the weight that they had set it at. So those fees were $1.45. My fees to Curtsy were $3.73. And I want to say I had this item, I think I paid about $10 for it. So I turned that $10 into $26.82, which I am very happy about. Now, we all know it wouldn't be a typical Russo Resells What Sold without a couponing item, so here it is. I just recently purchased these nature-made prebiotic, probiotic vitamins, I want to say they are. You'll see right up here. I got those for, I want to say $1 cost, and I put them up on eBay for $9.99 plus free shipping. Cost me $6.02 to ship. The buyer did pay full price, just throwing that in there. And I did have it promoted, so those fees were 50 cents. My fees to eBay were $1.57, and I made my dollar back plus 90 cents. So I made $1.90. Very happy to do so. Very easy deal for me, and I get to go ahead and put that money back in my couponing fund. Now we are going to get into the sales that I had yesterday and this morning, so let's go ahead and jump in. I actually have the items right next to me that I'll be able to show you. Okay, so let's get into these sales. The ones that I'm going through right now are going to be from yesterday, Sunday, October 5th. So the first sale that I had is from J. Jill, which has become kind of a closet staple in my closet. And this is like a linen blend camel color cardigan, just very capsule, just perfect for this fall season. And it is an extra large, which is a great size. So I had this listed in my Poshmark closet for $30 and a buyer offered me $20. I know that's a little low, but it is a linen blend and we are going out of the summer season, so I did decide to accept. My fees to Poshmark were $4 and I made $16, which is great because I only paid, I want to say $5 to $10 for that. So very happy with that sale. The next item to sell, perfect for the holiday season as well, is by Kate Quinn. It's 100% organic cotton. It's just this little baby dress. And I did have this listed on Poshmark for $22 and a buyer offered me $18, which I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $3.60 and I made $14.40. I only made $4 on this sale because I did buy it for $10 at a Once Upon a Child out in Oklahoma when I was visiting my brother, his wife, and 3 kids. So that day I did buy a lot of clothes there for my niece and nephews. So that $4 just goes right back to paying for some stuff for them. And I'm always happy to make some money while I'm spending money. Now, the next sale I had was on eBay. It is this pair of Pure Jill Love Linen. Just these really awesome green linen pants. And I love, love, love picking these up. These are probably the 5th pair that I've sold, and they are in a petite sizing, which usually takes longer to sell and sells for less. But this one actually is, I want to say, the highest selling one that I've had. I had it listed on eBay for $29.99 plus $7 shipping, and I sent an offer of 22% off to watchers, which a buyer did accept. That made the price of the item $23.99 plus $7 shipping. It cost me $7.17 to ship this item. My fees were $4.49, which left me with a profit of $18.73. And I paid no more than $8 for those, so very happy with that profit. The next item to sell I actually put up for my brother, and it is this REI. It's just an acrylic beanie, but I thought that I'd go ahead and put it up, and if I got offers from $5 to $10, I'd be happy. But it sold full price, which I'm very happy with. The price that I had it listed for on eBay was $14.96 plus $5 shipping. It cost me $4.76 to ship this item. I did have it promoted, so those fees were $1.05. My fees to eBay were $3.07, and his profit, so I give him 100% because he is trying to sell some hard goods in my store, and it boosts my algorithm. And also, he's going back to college, and I want him to have some funds for that. So his profit was $11.08, and he actually got that free from a friend. So that's really cool that he got an item for free, and I sold it, and he made $10 off of it. So you never really know what people are getting rid of and how much it's going to be worth to somebody else. So there you go. Now, the next item I picked up at a half-off Salvation Army sale. This is not a brand I recommend committing to memory. It's JM Collection, and it is just this pair of blue slacks, but the only reason why I got it is because A, it's new with tags, and B, it has these really cute gold flowers at the hem. I just thought these were awesome. They're pull-on, they're comfort. They are a smaller size, but, you know, since I only got them for about $4 to $5, I figured even if I made, you know, $5 to $10 on them, so be it. I was still going to get them. So I had those listed on eBay for $19.99 plus $10 shipping, and I sent out a 22% off offer to watchers, and that was accepted. So the buyer paid $15.59 plus $10 shipping. Cost me $8.54 to ship the item. My fees to eBay were $3.93, and my profit was $13.12. And those sold within a month, so I am very, very happy that I picked them up. Even though the profit wasn't all that, you know, great and substantial, I still ended up with, I doubled my money, so I am very happy with that turnaround and that profit. The next item, I feel like we always see one of these. They are by Diamond Dots, and I picked up, I want to say 5 of these, and this is the 4th to sell, so I only have one more. I either picked up 4 or 5, I don't remember. Anyways, this is the second to last to sell, and it is this New York City skyline, which is so cool. And I had that listed on Poshmark for $20, and a buyer offered me $14, which I did accept. By now, all of these have been paid for, so everything that I make on them is just pure profit now. My fees to Poshmark were $2.95, which left me with a profit of $11.05. I am very, very happy to see that. Okay, all, I have a consignment sale, and it is not that great, so don't get your hopes up, but it's by Polo Ralph Lauren, and it's just these pair of pajama pants. I thought these would be great for the holiday. They are a small size, they're a medium, but they are 100% cotton, and like I said, the holidays coming up, I know that somebody would love to have these. So I did price them reasonably for $25 on Poshmark, and a buyer offered me $15, which I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $3, and my consignment client left with $7.20, and I left with $4.80, which I'm very happy with, and so is he, because he was just trying to get things out of his closet. That was one of those items, and he is getting $7 instead of $0 if he had donated them. So very happy to see that. Now, this morning I had this sell. This is Life is Good. It's an extra large, and it's just this navy crew neck sweater with this little dog and Daisy. And I Every time I buy Life is Good, I think of my mom because she had a lot of Life is Good products and, shirts and water bottles. And I still have a water bottle she gave me from Life is Good. So it definitely brings back really fond memories. And every time I see it in great condition, I try to pick it up. So I had this listed on eBay for $24.99 plus $7 shipping, and a buyer offered me $17 plus $7 shipping, which I did accept. It cost me $11.06 to ship this item. I did have it promoted, so those fees were $1.27. And my eBay fees, sorry, getting ahead of myself. My eBay fees were $3.63 and my profit was $8.04. I underestimated my shipping on this product. Instead of putting $10, I put $7. So that was my fault of why I didn't make past $10 on this item, but I only have $4 or $5 into it, so I still did make a little profit. But going forward, I'm going to be more mindful of my shipping costs. So I did have one sale yesterday that I haven't pulled yet that I'm going to go pull right now. It's actually in those orange boxes behind me. It is a item that my dad had given me to put up. He had a old collection of comic books that he no longer used, and I've been slowly listing them and selling them. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab them and show you what sold and how much he is left with. Okay, so I went through all those boxes and fished out those comics, so let's get to it. They are these lot of DC and Marvel comics. This one's still Detective Comics, Detective. I have the Defenders, then we have Daredevil, the Black Widow, Daredevil, and another Daredevil. And these aren't in the best condition, and I went ahead and disclosed that in the listing. My dad definitely used and abused his comics, unlike collectors, and that's what they're used for. Some people, they keep them pristine, and others, like my dad, they just really loved these from their childhood. So he wasn't going to use them anymore, and my brother didn't want them. So I put them up on eBay for $34.99 plus $7 shipping, and a buyer offered me $25 plus $7 shipping, which I did accept because they are in the condition that they are. It cost me $10.30 to ship. I'm in California. This person's in Florida. And I did go ahead and up the shipping to a USPS Priority Mail padded envelope just so they have that extra protection. And I did have this item promoted, so those fees were $1.72, and my fees to eBay were $4.65. I don't know why I'm having a hard time speaking right now. Just excuse me and let's move past this. His profit was $15.33, and I go ahead and give my dad that full cut 100% because he is, as I've stated before, my photographer, and he does work for me, so I just like to give him the full cut. He hates it, whatever, I don't care. I give him the full $15, and that's that. So thank you guys so much if you've stayed this far into the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back in a couple days to show you what sells for the rest of today, maybe tomorrow and the next day. Take care, guys. Hey y'all, it's now Wednesday, October 8th, and we have a few orders to pack. It has been a little slow just because I did have a return on eBay, and I do think that's been affecting my store. Maybe in another video, I'll go through all of the negative feedback or the negative messages I've gotten on eBay. It's only been a few, but I don't know. They just seem to negatively impact you as a person, especially when you're trying to do your best in your eBay and Poshmark store. I haven't had any on Poshmark, to be honest, so very happy with that. It's only been eBay. I think that a lot of buyers try to treat it like Amazon and are unhappy when they can't. So, like I said, I try to do my very best, as I believe all of us resellers here at this community do. I'm just trying to do my best to give great products to people at a better than retail price. And it's really disheartening when you have upset buyers. So, trying not to let that get me down. I do apologize if you hear anything in the background during this video. We do have gardeners all around our neighborhood right now, and I can hear them. I'm not sure if you can, and I hope that you can't. But without further ado, we had one more sale when we left off on Sunday, October 5th. I had 2 sales on Monday, October 6th, and I only had 2 sales yesterday, October 7th. Now, I say only because usually I have way more sales than this each day, but all sales are good sales. I am very happy with the 5 that I have, and we're going to go ahead and hop into those right now. So the last sale I had on Sunday, October 5th, is this pair of Judy Blue, and they are a skinny fit, as you can tell. They're a good size, though. That's why I picked them up. They are a size 13-31. There's some tape in there that I had to tape down the pocket when doing photos. But they are still in fantastic condition, and that's why I picked them up. I probably paid no more than $5 for these. So I had them listed on Poshmark, and my Poshmark automatically lists over to my Curtsy, and that's where this item was purchased. Very happy with that. I had it listed for $30, and a buyer offered me $25, which I did accept. My fees to Curtsy were $3.16 because the buyer did pay for the shipping, and I was left with a profit of $21.84. Judy Blue does still sell. It'll sit for maybe a couple months, and you have to have it priced reasonably, but it does and will sell eventually. So very happy with that item. Now, this next item, I'm just making sure there's not a flaw there. I bought at a new Salvation Army to me. It's by Perry Ellis, and I only picked it up because it is a merino wool blend, and it's just this really nice, like, substantial capsule long sleeve cow neck, or maybe it's a turtleneck, who knows. But it's just very, very nice, gonna keep someone really cozy for the winter. And I had that listed on eBay for $24.93 plus $10 shipping. Like I said, I did find this at a new to me Salvation Army, and I probably paid anywhere from $4 to $8 for it. I didn't go on a sale day. I just wanted to check out the store. It cost me $7.45 to ship the item. My fees to eBay were $4.84, and I was left with a profit of $22.64. And if I didn't say before, the buyer did pay full price. So they paid $24.93 plus $10 shipping. And I do apologize if I'm repeating myself. I'm trying to get better at this, but that item sold on Monday, October 6th, and so did this item. This is Alfred Dunner. It is a plus size 18. I don't recommend picking up either the Perry Ellis or this item for the name brand. The Perry Ellis, I picked it up primarily because it's merino wool. And this one I picked up because it is new at tag, and it's kind of like this faux velour, just perfect for the holidays. And I really, really thought these were just a great piece. So that's why I picked them up. And these I got at a $2.99 Salvation Army sale. So that also helped me pick those up. So I had those priced on eBay for $19.99 plus $7 shipping. And a buyer offered me $13 plus $7 shipping, which I did accept. It cost me $6.25 to ship. My fees to eBay were $3.15, and I turned my $2.99 into $10.60. I was going to say something completely different and lost my train of thought, so sorry about that. I have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of things to do today. That's probably what's on my mind. Now we're hopping into what sold yesterday. So the first item I sold is this REI Co-op, and this is 100% merino wool base layer. Now it does have some, if I can find it, some fraying at the seams that I did disclose in the listing. So I disclosed that. It has like kind of a little flaw here. And I went ahead and disclosed all of those. It doesn't have any holes or stains, but it does have that fraying. And I think if someone just sweater shaved it, it would be completely fine. So I did disclose that, and I had it listed only on 2 days for Poshmark. I had it listed for $25. My Posher VA sent out a 20% off offer to likers, and that was $20. Someone came in, bought it outright. My fees to eBay were $4, and I got that item at the bin, so I only paid $1 or $2 for it, and I turned that into $16 in 2 days. I love, love, love when that happens. So we just sold 2 merino wool items out of my store, and that is a little tip for you guys to get those merino wool items out of your money pile and listed, because they are selling, and they are selling fast. So last sale that I had yesterday, I was quite surprised. I bought these. So these are On Clouds, and they are like rainproof. They are running shoes. They're more like hiking running shoes. They're trail runners. And I bought those off of the Real for myself because I love my On Clouds and I wanted to try these out. And I just didn't end up liking them. I actually purchased the same exact pair that I have in the same exact color because I love it so much, or my husband loves it so much, so he bought them for me. But I went ahead and I bought those for myself. I relisted them on Poshmark, which is the joy of reselling, that we get to do that. And I saw a lot of comps, like I want to say 100 to 120. So I put mine at $98. And my Posher VA sent out 20% off offers to watchers or likers. And that was $78. And a buyer counter offered at $72, which I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $14.40, and I was left with $57.60. And I know I paid a little bit more for these, but you know, that's the cost of doing business or really buying something that you don't like. I'm just happy that they are going to a new home that is going to use them. And I did order new On Clouds, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick them in the box, and I think they'll be very happy to get a On Cloud box with their On Clouds because it wasn't disclosed in the listing. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these packaged up and shipped out at the post office. As you can tell by the mess behind me, I have a lot to do today. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will go ahead and check in with you. I want to say, hopefully, in a couple days, and share that I have way more sales than we just went through. But either way, like I said, all sales are good sales. I am very grateful for whatever I get, and I'm just really happy that you guys made it here. You guys take care, and until next time.